Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Orita Day here. On today's tutorial, I will share with you guys how to cut and sew this beautiful backless palazzo jumpsuit you're seeing on your screen. And if that is what you're here for, make sure you stay to the end. Do not forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment in the comment section. And if today's your first time coming across this channel, please go ahead and join the family by subscribing. Let's get started with the tutorial. Now this is the fabric I'll be working with. I'm working with 4 yards of Adire fabric, and the width of my fabric on fold is 24 inches. So I went ahead to mark my starting point or my starting line, which is going to serve as our shoulder line, and at that point I'm going to be minusing 3 inches from there. Please pardon me if you're not able to see, I didn't realize this. So I minus 3 inches and I'm going to be marking my shoulder to my bust point, sorry, minusing that 3 inches from that starting point. You're going to mark your bust point and your waistline as well, then also your hip line. So I went ahead to mark my bust point 11 inches, my waistline 17 inches, and from my waistline to my hip line is 10 inches. So that's why I indicated it and I labeled them. Now from the waistline, you're going to be coming down for your crouch measurement. So the formula for this is dividing your hip circumference by 4 plus 3.5. okay, because this is a palazzo and is free, you want to add up to even 4 inches. So for this I'll be adding 3.5 inches. Okay, so her hip divided by 4 is 13 inches plus 3.5 inches, and that's why I marked that 16.5. I went ahead to mark that and I labeled it as CL, which is our crouch line. Okay, so I went ahead to also mark the length of the palazzo, minusing the 3 inches from the starting point. Please, it's very important. And before you minus that or that starting point, make sure you have about maybe ½ inch there just for your folding or for pleating around that point. So this is what we have now. I went ahead to mark 4 inches away, that's from the center. I marked 4 inches, so that 4 inches we are not going to be touching it for now. I will come back to that. So on the chest line or the shoulder line, I marked my shoulder circumference divided by 2 plus 2 inches. You can add up to 3 inches, so that's why I marked there on the shoulder line. Now on the hip line, I divided my hip circumference by 4, which is 13, and I added extra 6 inches. You can add up to 7 inches or even 8, depending on how big and how free you want it to be. Okay, so this is what I did: hip divided by 4 plus 6 inches, and that's what I marked there. All right, so I'm going to be connecting from that hip line to that our assumed shoulder line or chest line, whichever one you want to call it, but I will say it is our shoulder line. Okay, so I'm going to be connecting from that hip line and connecting it from the hip line to that shoulder line. You can start to take your waist measurement, but I don't think it's needed because you're going to still gather it up with your elastic band. Okay, so I'm just going to use my ruler and connect from that point in an A-line form, okay, or in a slanted way. And it is important to indicate that this is your waistline, notch it by the time you're done cutting to indicate that this is your waistline, because that's where you're going to be starting your back piece. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So this is what my pattern looks. I'm just going to connect that straight down. Okay, so I won't be minusing anything because I want to make use of everything for the width of my palazzo. Now on that crouch line, we are going to be determining our crouch extension, and I marked 3 inches from that line. Okay, so that was going to be for my front crouch extension, and I'm going to curve that into the hip line as you're seeing me do. So just go ahead and do that. If you have a ruler, you can go ahead and use your ruler, but I could use my free hand to do that. And after doing that, I also connect that. I will blend it into the line that's towards the end side. I don't know if that makes sense, but if you're watching the video, you should be able to understand what I'm doing. So this is what we are going to be having so far. Then the next thing we're going to do is just to add half inch allowance, because we're going to be closing this up. Okay, remember this is our center front, so just go ahead and add half inch round, and that's going to be for your joining. All right, so that's what I'm adding here, and I'll go ahead to cut out everything. All right, so this is what we have so far. And yeah, I also added ½ inch at the up as well, because we are going to also pleat, and also by the time we add our collar is going to be removed. Okay, so this is what I have so far after cutting. You can see what that shoulder line looks like. Make sure that your bust point, your actual bust point, is there plus maybe about 2 inches to 3 inches. Okay, you can have up to like 2 inches, but make sure that it's up to your bust circumference. Now I'm going to go ahead and place my front piece to the back, the fabric I've brought out for the back. Okay, so this is what I have now. Now remember what I said, that the back is starting from the waistline. Okay, so it depends on how what your waist measurement is. Some people own is lower, some might be higher. Okay, so but you make sure that your back trouser piece is starting from the waist. So that's why I did. You can see that my waistline is where that back starts from. So around that hip line, I'm going to be coming out by 2 inches, and around that waistline, I will also come out, sorry, by 2 inches as well. Okay, and I'll connect that into a straight line. Now we're going to determine the crouch extension for the back. Okay, now the next thing we're going to be doing is to just mark out that crouch extension line, just to indicate that is our crouch extension. Okay, so what I'll be doing there is to determine my crouch extension. What I did there was to mark 3.5. You can mark up to 4 inches if if your bum bum is very big. You can mark up to 4 inches. So that's what I did. I marked 3.5, and I'm just going to connect it or create my crouch curve. Then around that area I went out by 2 inches. So let's assume that's our thigh or our knee line. So you're going to be marking 2 inches all the way to the down or to the length of your palazzo, and I'm just going to connect that, and we are basically done with it. So you see that it's very simple and easy to make. So this is what the side looks like. You're just going to go ahead and cut out or trace out what you have on the front, and that's what I'm doing here. I'm just going to go ahead and cut out every piece, and that's just it. Okay, so after cutting it, I'll just go ahead and remove the front from the back. And yeah, this is what our back trouser pattern or palazzo pattern looks like. Now I want my back, the center back, to be a bit lower, so I'll just go ahead and come down from the waistline by 1 inch, and I will just connect that back. Okay, so if you don't want this, you can just leave this, but if you want to for your own to have this sexy look, just go ahead and remove that 1 inch or half an inch. Okay, all right, so that is what we have now. After doing that, we're just going to close our crouch line by half an inch. Also at the front, we're going to be closing from the up to the crouch, and I will show you guys. Then we're also going to be pleating that center front, that neckline point. You're going to just pleat it a little to the way you want it to be. Okay, just going to pleat or gather up. So this is the back. I've gone ahead to fold and also sew my crotch, so I'll be adding my elastic band there. So what I did was to divide my waist circumference is 33. I minus about 5 inches. You can minus up to 5 to 6 inches. Then you divide whatever you have by 2. Okay, so that's what I did there, and I added just 1 inch for allowance, but I ended up removing it. So just go ahead and minus your waist circumference minus 5 inches or 6 inches, then divide it by 2. That's what you use to determine your elastic band. I've gone ahead to put that, and this is the front piece. I also went ahead to sew, and I've pleated up the neckline, as you can see. All right, so you can pleat it to the way you want it to be. I mean, if you want it to be big, go ahead. If you want it to be small, you go ahead and do that. Make sure that it is equal. All right, so this is what we have so far. I also went ahead to fold the side from that up to where my waistline stop. Like I said, please make sure you indicate where your waistline stop, notch it. I'm just going to fold and stop at that waistline, because that waist is where you're going to be joining your back piece from. Okay, so I'll go ahead and fold this front piece into two like so, because I'll be adding pockets to this. So I want to determine where my pocket is going to be. So from that notched point, I'm going to come down by 1 inch, and I will notch it. So my pocket is starting from this 1 inch notch. Okay, so I'll notch that, and then from that new notch, I'm going to measure 7 inches, which is going to be for my pocket opening. I'm going to measure 7 inches, and I will notch it. After doing this, I will also go ahead and notch or do the same thing that I did here for the back trouser. Yeah, so I'll also go ahead and come down by 1 inch and notch it. Then from there I'll measure 7 inches and also notch it, and that's going to be for the pocket. So this pocket is not like the regular pocket, it's going to be the normal, I don't know how, but the other pocket that you put in car, maybe in bubu gown, yeah, something like that. So I'll go ahead and cut my pocket, and I will show you guys. So I'll be cutting my pocket, and it will be 4 pieces. So this is what my pocket looks like. It is 4 pieces, which means it's going to be 2 on each piece. That's 2 on the front piece and 2 at the back. So this is what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to match up and sew. Make sure you stop at that notched point. Okay, start at the notched point and stop at the notched point. You do this the same thing for the 2 sides of the front piece, and also you also do the same thing for the two sides for the back piece. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So this is for the back, and you can see that we've gone ahead to sew that. I've sewn the back and the front, and we're just going to join our front and back at this point. Okay, so this is what my pocket looks like, or my pocket facing, however. So I'm going to just get or place, just arrange my front so I can match it up to the back, and we're just going to sew. Okay, starting from the actual waist. Remember, we came down by 1 inch before we put our pocket, so we still have 1 inch up before the pocket. So you're going to be joining from that place. You're going to join by either 1 inch or half inch or 1.5, depending on what your allowance is. Going to sew from there, enter through the pocket, round, and then you're just going to also come out and continue. Just follow what my hand I'm showing you. So you're going to sew from there round to this point and to the end of the trouser. You also go ahead and close up your crouch opening, and also sew on the other side. And after that, you're just going to cut out the facing for your collar. And this is what I have after doing everything. I'm gonna head to sew, and you can see that our palazzo is looking beautiful and it's coming together. And that's a period, clock it. So now this is what my pocket looks like. You can see you have our pocket there, and just there. So now this is the neckline. I've gone ahead to actually cut and sew. So the width of this, or the width of my collar is about 36. You can decide to make it how long you want it to be. Yeah, so I make sure that the opening there is equivalent to the width of my neckline. So my neckline is about 9.5, and what I have on that band is about 9.5 as well. So just going to go ahead and match it up and sew. After sewing, you're just going to flip it up and top stitch, and you're also going to go ahead and hem the trouser leg. And yes, we've come to the end of today's tutorial. Thank you so much for joining. See you in the next one.